From the national newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo. Many economists are expecting the Bank of Canada will announce a cut to its key lending rate this morning. After 3 consecutive holds at 2.75%, the central bank is widely expected to trim its trend-setting interest rate by a quarter point today. The federal Liberal government will deliver its first budget under the leadership of Prime Minister Mark Carney a little later than planned. Finance Minister François-Philippe Champagne says he will table the fall document November 4th. He says they'll be focusing on tightening up on spending while investing billions on defense and infrastructure.
Canadians understand, when you buy a house, you invest. When you go to the grocery, you spend. And what I say is that this budget is going to be a generational investment in Canada.
Meantime, Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe met with Carney yesterday in Ottawa and said he's willing to work with the PM to help resolve a trade dispute that has seen China impose punishing tariffs on Canadian canola products. Premier Danielle Smith brings her Alberta Next panel to Grand Prairie tonight for the panel's 9th of 10 town halls this summer. The group and the audience it draws will brainstorm potential referendum questions aimed at wrenching more political control from Ottawa. Following the killing last week of American conservative activist Charlie Kirk, FBI Director Kash Patel told senators that agents are investigating more than 20 people with alleged ties to suspected gunman Tyler Robinson on the social media app Discord. In a Utah court yesterday, the 22-year-old was formally charged with 7 counts, including capital murder. Reporter Lionel Moise has more.
The case now sparking bipartisan calls to turn down the temperature of today's political debate. Former President Obama last night calling this an inflection point, saying the central premise of our democratic system is that we have to be able to disagree without resorting to violence.
The Jeffrey Epstein files were the subject of some creative protesters in Windsor, England last night. A guerrilla campaign group led by donkeys projected an image of Donald Trump with the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein on a tower at Windsor Castle. King Charles is hosting Trump for his second state visit to Britain today. And Montreal-based musician Eve Jarvis has won this year's Polaris Music Prize. Eve Jarvis's 5th full-length album, All Cylinders, was selected last night by an 11-member jury as the best Canadian album of the year, based on its artistic merit. Jarvis was given the country's most prestigious music award and its $30,000 prize at a concert showcase ceremony at Toronto's Massey Hall.
It's the greatest sign I could get to keep going.
Look at me that way. A new $10,000 Polaris Song Prize was introduced this year, and it was awarded to contemporary folk poet Mustafa for Gaza is Calling. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Nathan Lucas and Joey Loper-Fido hit home runs. George Springer had 3 hits and 2 RBIs, and the American League-leading Toronto Blue Jays won their 6th game in a row with a 6-5 decision over the Tampa Bay Rays in Florida. In a bit of controversy, Brandon Lau hit a 3-run homer for the Rays and finished with 4 RBIs. Replay officials in New York determined fan interference at the right field wall did not negate the home run. The Blue Jays remain 5 games up on the New York Yankees in the American League East. David Bednar held on to get the final 3 outs as the Yankees edged the Minnesota Twins 10-9. Soccer's Vancouver Whitecaps are headed back to the Canadian Championship final for the 4th straight year. Sebastian Berhalter converted a penalty kick as the Caps blanked Forge FC of Hamilton 4-0 in the second leg of a semi-final matchup. The aggregate score of the series was 6-2. From the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.